Hey friends, I'm Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. It's about 25 minutes later than I expected it to be, and we're jumping right into things. But hi, hello, hi. Let me just scroll up and say hi to people. Mama Des was here first. Congratulations on arriving first, Des. Brigitte, hello. Some random geek, hi, hello, hi. Ninja, hi. Thanks for lurking. Good to see you. Mom, hello. Gosh, Tasha, hi. How are you? The vitamin blender base makes a great phone stand. I love that. How are things? Been talked to you in a while. Um, so you guys, today I honest to God don't know what to tell you. I don't know how this is gonna go at all. I got up early this morning. Well, not early. I got up at my normal time this morning, but like I finished my coffee. I put these cake layers in the oven. Okay, that is a lump of butter. I'm going to have to whip this again. This is fine. Um there's a cake decorating trend. It's really funny, right? So this is kind of funny because like it's I said this yesterday, it's an ancient trend. It's probably Victorian just based on the look of it. But it's a vintage cake trend called Lambeth piping that I think is usually done with royal icing. But we're not going to do that. We're using Swiss meringue buttercream, and I'm just going to re-whip it because it needed more whipping, obviously. Um But it's like super duper ornate, and you do like all kinds of like swirls and curly cues and things, and I have absolutely no idea how it works. None. I've never piped a cake in my life. I never pipe decorations. I probably should be using a cake board. I should have cleared out the fridge because there's nowhere to put it. We're just gonna wing it. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna practice on some parchment. We're gonna play around with frosting today. That's the plan. Let me make sure all of the butter is actually incorporated though. That was like not a nice. But this has just been sitting out for like hours, which is fine. Brigitte says it's gonna go great because cake is cake. I actually agree with that. I feel like even ugly cake is still cake, right? So like if it's ugly, who cares? Like it's still gonna taste delicious. Okay. Yeah, so this is like not my usual style of thing. Like I usually kind of prefer to make cakes that are like homemade looking. Do you know what I mean? Because like they're homemade, and so it's okay if they look like that. Oops, I just got frosting on the floor. This is fine. Um and so I don't know how this is gonna go. I anticipate, like I said, I anticipate Pinterest fail incoming. We'll see. We might have to whip this some more. I'm just gonna put this over here. Yeah, I just don't know how this is gonna go. But like this is like the kind of thing that you would see on like wedding cakes. Do you know what I mean? Like this is like a super ornate style of cake. And yeah, like I said, I've never tried anything like this before, so I don't know how it's gonna go. But no, I do know how it's gonna go. It's gonna go poorly. But you know what? But that's also okay. It's okay if it goes poorly. All right. Dreadwolf, this just means this will be ready for eating right away. Exactly. Good point. Perfect point, in fact. I should have also crumb coated this and like filled it and all that. I didn't do that. Whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna grab this bowl. So most of the time when I do this, I'm like rushing, right? I'm like rushing to get cake baked and then frosting made, and I didn't do that this time because I just wanted to spend the entire time decorating. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the cake. I'm gonna stack it all up. I'm gonna try to make some space in the fridge so that it can chill while I play with all the piping tips I have, and then we'll see what we end up with. Yes, I do have the spinny cake board Lazy Susan thing. So this cake does in fact spin. But in theory, like a cake like this should be on like a cardboard board. I thought I had some, but I don't know where they are. So that probably means I either used them up, got rid of them, or put them somewhere else. And I'm not really sure which, which is also fine. Like I said, this is just for us anyway, and it's just like for practice. So we're just gonna practice, and when we practice, it's okay if things go wrong. How about actually, I'm just gonna use the spatula. Hi, Dirtle. Hi. Good to see you. How much cake would a deco rate if a Wookiee cookie cake? Of course. Of course. Hi, Dirtle. How are things? I really enjoyed our stream yesterday. So if you guys weren't here yesterday, Dirtle Birtle submitted a set the menu request. And what's exciting about that is that I think I'm gonna try to like stack this pretty high because these layers didn't end up coming up as high as I thought they were going to. And so that's not right. I'm gonna have to spread this out first. What the hell is going on with my brain today? Santi, hi, hello. But yeah, no, we did a Swiss food stream yesterday. And it was delicious. And I only burned the sausages a little bit, and other than that, it worked out okay. So, you know, you never know. Maybe today will be similarly okay. Okay, Santi is traveling back home. Traveling back home. I assume you're like on public transport or something and not driving. Or I don't know how far home is. Maybe you're on an airplane, like on an airplane on Wi-Fi. Wait, maybe you're on the moon and you're Twitch chatting us from the International Space Station. But your flight home is almost ready to leave. I have no context for any of this, by the way. Except that opting out wrestles pythons. Hi, opting out. You could add a motor to your cake stand. You could add a controller to make it variable speed. Or you could add a controller to make it move in random directions at random speeds. There's options, is all I'm saying. How about instead of making me a motorized cake stand, you tell us more about wrestling pythons? This is not, well, whatever. If it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. Lassie says, get it together. Lassie, the chances of that happening are honestly extremely remote. The chances of Leah ever getting anything together are extremely remote. There we go. Lassie says, are you even cooking sausages if they're not a little burnt? I mean, I as long as everyone else was unbothered by this, then I guess I am also unbothered by it. Santi says, the thing is, I'm studying at a different city 3 hours away from my home city. Ah, okay. Got it. Well, congratulations on being released for good behavior from studying. I assume for the Easter break. That is why we're doing this today, by the way, because it's Easter. And so I thought I would try, not that, you know, people are really necessarily celebrating a whole lot of Easter besides just buying, you know, chocolate Easter bunnies or whatever. But my point is, this is the kind of cake that there still has butter in it that's unincorporated. I'm gonna try to... How did that happen? I whipped this so much. Whatever. I don't care. Okay. All right, this is good. This is good. This is looking better. This is looking taller. The problem is, like, it's hard to decorate a cake in this style if it's not kind of as tall as it is high. And so I'm just kind of like trying to figure out how to make this kind of work even as like a practice piece. And I don't really know. I have to kind of push that down more on that side. Okay. And you are going back for Easter. Okay, perfect. But the moon theory is quite possible as well. Well, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. Opting out says, I explained your use of blank to Whimsy this morning. She was delighted. Wait. I don't understand either. Explain it to me. Also, Brigitte loves making Whimsy laugh. Actually, honestly, Whimsy is such a dang delight. Our friend Vintage RPG has a moderator, and long time, like many years, actual like personal friend, who calls herself Whimsy Bobbins online, which is, you know, as you would imagine, adorable. And she's adorable. So, yeah. And so this is who we're talking about. But I don't understand the screwy eyebrow raise emote either. Opting out says, no, not wrestling in an adversarial sense, but sometimes they need to be places they aren't, or need restraining for getting shots, etc. Opting out, friends. Where you're never really sure if you're going to get an engineering solution you didn't know you needed. Or a story about giving shots to snakes. I know you guys are going to be like, who are you and what have you done with Leah? I just, this is one of those things where, like, I don't know that we need to like get into the psychology of it precisely, except to say that it's weird to do something online for the pleasure of yourself and your friends that you are relatively certain is going to go poorly. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. It's like a weird thing to undertake. And so if we start it right away, then there's no worrying about it. We're just going to like jump in and do it and know that someday in the distant future, we might actually be good at it. All right. That is a fully crumb-coated cake. Now I'm going to rearrange the refrigerator and see if I can fit it in there. Oh, hey, look, pizza. That's right. I didn't eat lunch. I should probably do that. Let's see. Ooh. There's a Gatorade in here. Do I want a Gatorade? Maybe. The bread can come out temporarily, I'm sure. The cauliflower can likewise temporarily come out. The sriracha is probably fine. I'm not even sure. Does sriracha need to be refrigerated? I don't even know the answer to that. Mayonnaise does, though. The beers can come out temporarily. What is that? There are 2 bottles of Worcestershire sauce in here. Why are there 2 bottles of Worcestershire sauce in here? I think that might fit now. Assuming I can close the door. I can. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh, bye, Santi. Bye. But I've arrived home, so I gotta go. Okay. Sunny, hi. Hello. What? Oh, I reset my laptop and now everything reverted to Dutch and Chrome is telling me all my words are wrong. I'm sorry. I do think it's funny when I'm doing Duolingo, and sometimes it will acknowledge that I'm typing in both French and English, and other times it's like, no, this is just wrong, and I'm going to autocorrect it for you. And I'm like, no, please do not. I am endeavoring to learn another language. Can you stop now, please? Hi, Pro Ninja. Oh, Pro Ninja, you're definitely good at things. You're so good at things that remember that time that you killed me in Fortnite in a random public match? I think you're good at things. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm gonna eat something. Lassie says if you can't fit it, you'll just have to eat it. What, the entire cake before I frost it? I don't think so. Opting out says sriracha probably technically doesn't need to be kept in the fridge, but I believe the bottles of at least some brands say to do so, and we certainly keep it in the fridge. Lassie says short answer for sriracha is a solid depends. Dirtle says always turn off autocorrect on all devices always. I do see your point, but on the other hand, I raise you a except that my typing would be even worse without autocorrect. And if I inadvertently type duck instead of fuck, then I can actually just then I can blame autocorrect instead of having it be my fault, and that's better. Dirtle says be responsible for your spelling. Don't outsource it to a machine. Hey, my spelling is impeccable. My typing is complete crap. Pro Ninja says I'm dyslexic. I need autocorrect. Yeah, see? Accommodations for friendos with dyslexia. I agree with this. Oh, by the way, I did a thing. Wait, I was gonna put on music today. Let's see if this works. Can we do this? Is that too loud? Or is that good? Or too quiet? I figured today seemed like a good music day because we're just going to be like piping stuff. Perfect. Amazing. Cool. Let me grab some parchment paper so that we can play around with these piping tips. All right, and you'll get a sense of how genuinely eclectic my music really. Des says, "Why are we shouting? I'm not shouting. I'm shouting. I'm not shouting. Wait, hold on a second. What? All right. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use an old bakery trick for this. I'm gonna. I feel like I don't actually have enough frosting, which is wild because I made a double batch. That's probably enough frosting for piping practice. Opting out says the music is perfectly loud but tragically hip. I'm so terribly sorry. Does my American appropriation of the tragically hip offend you? Opting out. I should probably clip this. Do I have clips? I do have clips. That's not what these are for, but it should work. All right. And then I'm going to grab another one of these. Lassie says its ingredients are resistant to bacterial growth, but the key is resistance, not immunity. Fair. But I mean, I think for the 20 minutes or so that the cake is going to chill, the sriracha will probably be all right. All right. I have all of these tips, and I don't really know what most of them do because I've never actually done this shit before. That's an enormous star tip. That's a slightly smaller star tip. That's an even larger star tip. Why do I have so many star tips? That's a little tiny tip. I don't know what that's gonna do. That one's the same as this one. Those are round. I don't think their big round tip is going to be terribly helpful here. That's a little tiny star tip. More round tips. This round tip might be of more use. Hi, Molly. Hi. So AO3 is down, so I have suddenly nothing to procrastinate with. Yes, use all the tips. We are going to be using all the tips, yes. That's like an angled situation. Oh, here. That seems like a thing we should use. This is a little tiny star. Ooh, that one looks useful. That one looks like a slightly, I don't know. We're just going to play with it and see what it does. Most of what I have are these little, they're like 3s, I think. Because I used them for cookie decorating, but I don't do that very often anymore. All right, I think that's probably good. And then the other thing that I have is something that my dad got me that I've never played with. That is still in here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. I have to get out something that I don't, that I don't use very often. I actually just managed to break a piece of Pyrex. That's impressive. All right. Here. Aha! Managed to crack the handle right off of this. I didn't even really drop it that far, but oh well. Luckily, there are more where that came from. In fact, I literally have 2 of them, so not the end of the world. Okay. Des says my Switch is charging. Mini Des kept me taking over my dock, and lo and behold, my Switch isn't charged. Lassie says it's like ketchup. After you've opened the bottle, it's safe for some time, but will last longer when refrigerated. But not necessarily a must. Okay, good to know. What are you talking about? Oh, Brigitte says, Des, are you going to play Animal Crossing with me? Wasn't Peach playing Animal Crossing? I only popped in there for a second. I didn't even say hello, but... Let's... What do we want to start with? Okay, these little tiny ones, we know what those do. So... Let's start with these, and then we can always cut off more as we go. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. It's like a trick for having to change piping tips, which is sort of funny that I know how to do this because, like, I literally never decorated cakes at the bakery. That was just not my job. It was someone else's job. It was like we had an actual person to do that. But you can't help but sometimes learn things, right? Like, that's just a thing that happens when you work around people doing the similar things to what you're doing, you know? All right. Thanks for the follow. Hi. Welcome to here. Just as it is, of course, it made me want to load my island. Lassie's out of pumpkin cream sandwiches. Oh no. All right. I don't know how to do this. I have absolutely no idea what this does. What does this do? This feels like a ripple thing. Does this seem like a ripple thing? This seems like a ripple thing, right? And this is one of the things that I need to do. So that's cool. All right. I thought about switching up colors too and like doing multiple colors, but then I figured that then it would be just like hard to scrape it off if I screwed it up, so I decided not to. But the ultimate goal would be to like do like rainbow Lambeth cakes because that's what looks fun to me. Durdle says, don't worry, Brig, you have plenty of time to reinstall. Des's Switch is still charging. All right, now what is this? What does this do? This also makes smaller ripples? Question mark? You know who I need? I think I need Lysanth. Because I feel like Lysanth knows these things. I should have probably tagged her in her Discord and been like, hey, how does this shit work? Maybe not exactly like that because she's pretty polite, but yeah, Des is one step at a time, white cake to start and then the rainbow. Exactly. Opting out says, are you going to spin it around to press the icing down? All cool bakers do it. I don't know. I'm not a cool baker. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm entirely self-taught, you guys. We're literally playing with frosting. It looks like I can get that the right kind of effect though with that. Now what's this? Boop. Nope. Boop. Little tiny star tip. Oh, okay. So this is what we do. Like, hold on. Well, this will work for like little things like this, right? Like little stars. But I also kind of wonder if this is supposed to do like the shell thing. Do you know what I mean? You probably don't know what I mean. I mean, that looks kind of cool. It's getting bigger as I go. I'm going to need so much practice. That could like go along the bottom maybe. Lassie says Leah is a gaming baker. I guess I am. Oops, I just got frosting all over the side of that bag. All right, so now this, I think that one is an open star. This one is a closed star. So let's see what this one does. I probably could have Googled all of this, but what the hell? Let's just play with it and see what happens. These make... What happens if we do like a curly Q with this? What happens if we do it like this? No, that looks terrible. I think this one looks better as little stars. The closed star seems to make nice little stars. Or like little puffs. By the way, I'm going to scrape all of this off the parchment paper and reuse it. So I'm trying not to like... Oops, I need to cut more off of this now. What did I do with my scissors? Did I bring them over here? I thought I deliberately brought them over here. Oh, I did. They're here. Can we zoom the camera in more? I have no idea. Let's try it. But I'm covered in frosting. Give me a second. Let me just wash my... Let me rinse my hands first. Okay. Probably. But I'm going to need to do it from another screen. So give me... camera scenes. Food cam. Counter cam. Properties? No. What happens if I right click it? What if I double click it? Configure video? Ah, camera control. There's a zoom. That seems to be as far as it goes, though. Can you guys see that? Or maybe it froze? No, it didn't freeze. But like I can keep turning it up, but it doesn't seem to want to zoom in anymore. That's better? Okay. Cool. I mean, the other thing that I can also do is this. So that I'm little and it's big for right now. How would that be? Aha! All right, nice. Okay. Lassie says Leah is second only how to cook, but has far superior gaming abilities. Oh! I think I cut too much off of that one. We'll try it with this big tip instead, and we'll cut another bag for that one that I just dropped on the floor. I just noticed there's a lot of Canadian music on this playlist. Why is that? What's wrong with me that all of my favorite bands are Canadian? When I was in college, though, my roommate was Canadian. And I joked, I liked to joke with her that I thought the United States needed Canadian content laws. Because honest to goodness, better TV, better music, better candy bars. All right. Opting out says Zoom worked. Can it do a star wipe? What's a star wipe? I literally have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing with the piping tips. Ah, okay. Mom says this looks good for me. Taking off now for a work meeting. See you later. See you later. Bye. Have fun. All right. Brigitte says literally the only time I've used white icing was on a rainbow cake. Right, so this could make like this is a bigger one. This could make a big border. So this was this. This was this. This was that. And this was this. And this, I think, right? Okay. Yeah, see, this is another closed star. And I think that is going to be for, like, border things. And I think that might look nice, like, just up at the top, around the top rim. But we'll see. Lassie says it's a YouTube name. How to cook that? Name of Anne, food scientist. She's a badass. That's pretty cool. I don't really watch, like, other foodie people make videos. I probably should, but I don't. I just kind of experiment. See, the thing that I don't understand, when I watch cake decorators, they do seem to use something like a star tip, for example, to make, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like a shell. It looks like if you were to, like, stack up there's a dog hair right here. If you were to stack up, like, shells, right? Like in a line next to each other, like the little humpy ones, like the little humpy ones. I don't know how that would work. Like, I don't know how that works. How do you do that? Like, this is obviously not the right tool for that because it won't do it. Unless you... No, that looks terrible. Yeah, no, I don't know how that works. I have no idea. So this person is not Canadian, but it's from Lilith Fair, which was organized by Sarah McLachlan. And then we have another really big star. Why do I have so many large star tips? Oops, I have to cut some more off for this. I should show you guys the thing that I found that I was like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful and looks like so much fun. But I'm going to finish playing with tips first, and then I'm going to actually put an actual coat of icing on the cake. And then we'll do cakey show and tell. All right. Oh, that doesn't even come out as a star. What the hell? I don't get it. Oh, because I see what the problem is. I'm very sticky. I don't know what you would use this for, if I'm honest. I still don't really get it. Even though I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Oh, no, I didn't fix it. I have to cut more off. Lassie says she does a lot of cooking / debunking / battles against unsafe kitchen videos. It's a battle, sadly, she never wins, but continues to battle. Like, you mean, so, like, trying to convince people that they're doing something unsafe? Either from, like, a bacteria perspective or from, like, a... Oh, okay, I see. All right. So that's kind of what I had in mind. That's kind of like what I imagined for the base, but not quite. It's like a little bit too intricate. At some point, I'm going to have to wash my hands. Because I am very, very extremely sticky now. All right. How are you guys? How's your day been? I played a little bit of Fortnite earlier. And other than that, I haven't really done anything else. Yeah, see, I feel like that looked better than this. But that might just be practice. Maybe the smaller tines are easier to control. I don't know. Yeah, that's definitely not one I'm going to use. Because no matter what, that's going to look like crap. All right. So now the other thing is that I'm going to see if I can figure out these other piping tips. Just see what we've got. Hold on. I have another box. I just dropped icing all over my keyboard. Let me rinse my hands really quick. All right. Oh, here. All right. These are Russian pipping tips. These are really weird looking. I don't know how to use these. And when I said Russian pipping tips, it's because of that. These are literally in like... I think they're supposed to make flowers based on that picture. And presumably there are instructions in this book. Should I read the instructions? Hey, Get Creme Delish. How are you? Good to see you. Opting Out has posted a video about the shell thing. Ah, okay. I will take a look. Place tip on a 90-degree angle. Squeeze bag to make a base. Pull tip up and release pressure. Boom, you got a beautiful flower. I'm sorry, what? This literally says, place tip on 90-degree angle, squeeze bag to make a base, pull tip up and release pressure. Boom, you got a beautiful flower. Boom. Continue piping more flowers to fill in the rest of the area you're decorating. Complete your arrangement by adding simple leaves. Okay, I get it. I get it. I don't think I'm going to use these for this, though, because it looks like these aren't going to be the right thing for this. So we're just gonna set these aside, back in their pipping tip box, and we might play with those at another time. Maybe we'll top a cupcake with them at some point. Right. Okay. Opting Out posted something for me in Discord. There's other things here though. Hang on a second. Nabadaz, hi. No one reads, no need for instructions. Exactly. Lassie wants to know what a pip is. I also want to know what a pip is. Opting Out says if people wanted you to read the instructions, they would have provided them in a language you don't read and a language you do read, but upside down. Instructions should contain the word boom more often. I think I agree with this, actually. All right, hold on a second. I have to turn down the music in my ears. I think it's actually probably fine for you guys, but I just need to turn it down in my ears. The Rolling Stones are a little aggressive. Okay. Lambeth Walk? Star wipe. Ah, how to pipe a shell border. It looks like none of the tips I have are precisely right. Like, I need some that are like a little longer, metal spiky bits. But also there's a technique to it. They're holding it at like a 45-degree angle and sort of wiggling it. That might take practice. Presumably there's also like audio instructions for this that I'm not, you know. So like if we were to try it with, say, this one, for example. Hold on. Oops. Frosting everywhere. There we go. All right. Opting out says, you know how instructions manuals would come with 3 pages of safety warnings at the front? Just all the stuff. Don't eat the batteries. Don't break the plastic case. Poke your eyes out. Just ridiculous stuff. I once bought a farm jack, one of the most dangerous pieces of equipment most of us will ever use. The instructions/warnings were on a single sheet of paper in both English and French. I guess that's how you know that something really could kill you, right? Like, they're like, we're going to keep this short and sweet so that you actually read this shit. Lassie says, basically instructions should be like John Madden to Nacton commercials in 1994 to 2004. Nope. Ah, we double it back. Aha! Do you see? I don't know if you can really see. This one I didn't get right. That one, though, I kind of get it. Like, you just kind of like double it back. It's going to use a lot of frosting, but that kind of works. That kind of works. Okay. All right. Let's get this cake actually iced. And then we will worry about playing with piping tips. Okay, so this is actually already going ever so slightly better than I would have expected. Like, as it turns out, I can pipe things on a flat piece of parchment paper. Who knew? All right. I'm just going to set this over here because we might want to play with it some more later. And then all of these little pieces of plastic. Let me rinse my hands. In fact, let me actually just wash my hands because I can feel they're covered in sugar and butter. All right. I actually probably should be grateful for the early 90s or my taste in music would stop in like 1987. All right. Where's my water? Here. All right. That should be chilled enough that we can actually ice it. I am going to grab, actually, you know what I'm going to grab? I'm going to grab a kitchen towel because we can just wash them and that'll be fine. All right. actually usually kind of like to start at the bottom, but... by the way, this is a basic yellow cake recipe. The yellow cake recipe is on the site. I did increase the quantities slightly to make it an 8-inch 3-layer cake. The original cake was for a 2-layer 8-inch cake, but I wanted this to be taller. And then the Swiss meringue buttercream frosting is also on the site. I think the only one that's currently on the site is for chocolate, though, which is not what I'm using, obviously. So if you guys do want to make a vanilla version, let me know and I can stick it on the website. Right now, I'm just trying to cover the sides with frosting. And then we'll worry about what it looks like. All right. All right, so Lassie says also, if you've not seen the John Madden commercials, one should definitely YouTube them. I feel like I probably have, because I was obviously alive during that era. I remember the whole fast actin' Tenactin thing. I did not remember that they were John Madden. All right. Just thickening up the icing in a couple of spots here before I try to smooth it out. All right, cool. Now, let's actually do this right. It doesn't spin as freely as the metal ones I've used do. I wonder if at some point I should upgrade this. I mean, with as often as I make cakes, though, maybe it's not worth it. Where is my scraper? Oh, also there's pizza in the oven, huh? Here's a plastic one. It's not ideal. Where's the metal one? Is it over here? Ah, yeah, it is. All right. There. It's probably as good as it's going to get. Now, more for the top, because that has just been crumb coated. All right. Probably should have done this first before I went around with the bench scraper. Hang on. I have unauthorized dog. Chester, what are you doing? Bud, where are you? I accidentally locked the dog in the bedroom. Worst dog mom ever. About to get sued by Chester's lawyer. I mean, he wasn't whining or anything, though, so he clearly wasn't that upset about it. He's probably chowing down on Kleenex in there, honestly. All right, so there are various tricks for getting this perfect. I have never been able to master them. So, we're just gonna go with, can you see how, like, it's not perfect, but, like, we're just gonna put a whole bunch of decoration on it. So whatever, it's gonna be fine. Let me throw that back in the fridge to let that chill. All right. And then I'm gonna show you guys some of this inspiration. Hang on. See if I can figure this out. Lassie says chat's dead. I should go. Bye, Lassie. Have a good rest of your day. All right. So here's the all right, let's add a browser source. Can we add a browser source? Should be a browser source, right? Browser source. Let's just call this one internet for the time being. And that way, can I just maybe I should just do window capture. Maybe we should do window capture. Hold on a second. Let's try this again. Delete. Yes. Let's do window capture. Hi, Pam. Wait, you're watching ads? Oh, no. We're supposed to be in the middle of an ad break. Oh, heck. Hold on. I'm going to go to a BRB. I'll see you guys in a second. right, we are back from ads. Sorry about that, Pam. I didn't notice that the ad break was starting because I had a window in front of it. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out if I can show you guys the inspiration for this project. Let's do this. All right, and then oh, it decided it wanted to capture voice meter. Isn't that interesting? Oh wait, hold on a second. How about this? Rainbow Lambeth cake. So here's what we're trying to do. It's not working. Why is it not working? Can I... Does it need to have been open already? Because this is so bizarre. You would think that the voice that it would be able to capture anything, right? You saw voice meter pop up and I thought it was my voice meter. Yeah, no, it's not. It's what? Okay, I don't know how to do this. Shouldn't window capture just show me also Chrome, given that it's a window? And it won't. Why won't it? Shouldn't OBS provide that as an option? Hold on, let's delete that temporarily and try it again now that it's open. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't spontaneously share things from the internet all that often. It should. Okay, so it's not me. It's not me being stupid, or maybe it is me being stupid, but on the other hand, there we go. Okay, so this will show you what I was looking at when I decided I wanted to do this. So like, this was the one that I looked at and I was like, holy heck, look how cute that is. But I'm not actually going to do that because I was concerned about trying to scrape off color off of white. Okay. But this is kind of the vibes that we're going for. Like this super ornately decorated look. Like look how fun these are. I mean, and you can do them in all kinds of different colors. Though the classic one are going to be more like they're going to look like wedding cakes, right? Yeah, see, Victorian piping is the next big cake trend. So this is much more what you would expect to see on a Lambeth cake. Or this one, this pink one is another good option. But they basically look like your traditional wedding cakes, right? Like just like these like super ornate, piped, old-fashioned cakes. And so that's kind of what I was trying to like replicate and practice trying to do here. Which is very fun. They're just like, look at this one. Look at this black one. Like, how cool is that? So this is kind of the final version. Like, this is kind of like where I want to end up. I want to try this like super dark black icing that I found on Instagram. But I figured I ought to start with something that was kind of more like, I don't know, simpler first. Yeah, goth shit. Exactly. Like, how fun is that? So I'm trying to teach myself how to do this, but they're so cute. That one's kind of a lollygoth cake, but obviously, you know, it's going to take some practice. So we're just fucking around with icing today, and then we'll see what we end up with. You know, later on down the line. But today we're just playing. Today we're just playing. So I do have a cake. Wait, did it? Yeah, there we go. Night Captain Andrew says, so long as it's just black coloring and not black licorice flavor. No, actually, apparently the trick to getting like super dark black icing is, yes, black food coloring, but it's actually chocolate. So the recommendation is to use a chocolate frosting as a base because it starts darker. And so you have to add less food coloring to make it like work as a black. So that's the objective. That's the objective. And I think it might be fun to do like a super, super white cake, like a not a yellow cake, not the kind that we used today, which is like this. It's end up being that color. I used the yolks because Swiss meringue buttercream uses a ton of egg whites, and so it's nice to have a cake that uses the yolks. But for something like that, it seems like it might actually be fun to do just like a super white cake so that it has a super white cake and super black frosting. Like that sounds like fun, right? Right. So let's also, I forgot to eat lunch today. So I've reheated some pizza here and I'm just going to eat that while we talk. While the cake chills. So what have you all been up to today? I baked a cake and made icing and had a shower. Which was honestly more than I wanted to do. Some days do be like that. Mmm. Sunny ironed and mopped the floor while listening to my textbook being read out by questionable TTS. Sounds productive, though. Pam wants to know what's questionable about it. Yeah, I'm gonna inhale this other piece of pizza because I really probably should have eaten something long before now. It's like friggin' 3 o'clock, 3:30. And I haven't technically eaten since breakfast, which was at 6. Oops. Mmm. So much Canadian music. I'm watching the Tenactin commercial on my laptop. All right, let's try this and see what we end up with. Okay. I think we're going to start with this one. And we're going to go around the bottom. Hold on, let me switch this up so that we have small me and big camera. Sunny says, it pronounced empirical as empire ka and behavior as behavior. Hey, it was sounding it out. It tried. Okay, this is actually kind of too empty. I'm gonna need to fill another piping bag, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine for a first outing. It's fine for a first try. It's only gonna look as good as it looks. So we may as well just roll with it. All right. Pam says, what the heck? Poor thing, it's learning. Yeah, I have some sympathy for that today because I don't know what the hell I'm doing either. I'm gonna stick my hand in this because I just need to open it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna rinse my hand. Hand is literally entirely covered in icing. Sticking my hand in the piping bag didn't actually work as well as I was expecting it to. I mean, it worked to open the piping bag. It's just that now my entire hand is covered in icing. You guys. All right. I mean, how did I end up with like kind of borderline not enough frosting? I made a double batch. This should have been plenty. Oh, well. Okay, so then we're going to twist this up again so that we don't have to worry about it popping out the top if I squeeze it too hard, which is, you know, something that I do a lot. There. Okay. Ah! Hold on. Oh, I just don't want to step in icing splooge. There. Sunny says the odd thing is that it would pronounce those words correctly 9 out of 10 times. Okay, that's really weird. Yeah, that's definitely not a normal TTS situation. I don't really know what you're supposed to do there, but I guess it looks all right. Like, what are you supposed to do when you finish the row? I guess maybe you just put another one there on top. Doesn't look as bad as I was expecting. Anyway, okay. Let's get a smaller tip and see if we can do the same thing along the top of that edge of the existing one. Like, I don't know that I have any that are like, kind of need one that's, maybe we'll use this one. Maybe we'll use this one. Like, maybe it doesn't need to be quite as ornate as the pictures, because, like, I'm running out of icing and I'm running out of space on this cake. Actually, let's start here. We're going to use the same technique along this piece. I feel like that is less successful, probably because it's a closed tip. And also I'm running out of icing again. Yeah, I don't like that second layer. Let's see if we can scrape it off. Nah, cake is half done. Forget it. Let's just refill the piping bag. I'm disappointed, though. I don't think I'm going to have enough icing to do as much, like, decoration as I kind of wanted to. Try to avoid sticking my hand in the thing and spraying icing everywhere. That would be good. Ordinarily, I would just get another piping bag, but I don't want to take the tip out. And I'm coming to the end of my frosting, unfortunately. So, the trick to all of this is to make about 4 times as much icing as you think you'll need, because I made twice as much icing as I thought I needed, and it isn't going to be nearly enough. All right, so let's continue trying to do I'm glad I'm not like doing this for the first time for like a customer or something. And not that I have customers. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad I never had to do this at the bakery, because all right. Now, next, we're gonna do some little garlandy things. Assuming I can get this piping tip out. Hi, Ash! You have to work shortly. I'm sorry. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. How's it going? Did you stream today? Wait. What day is it? Oh, today's Thursday. Why did I think today was Monday? Did you stream Monday? I haven't seen you stream in a while. That's why I'm asking. Okay, can you... Honestly, there's like icing on every surface. And this is like not helped by the fact that my hands are super slippery. Maybe I'll just rinse them again. Hi, Dirtle. Welcome back. How are things? I found the dog, by the way. I accidentally locked him in the bedroom. You're decorating that bowl next to the cake as well. Yeah, so yes. That is how you get the trick to a nice smooth finish on the cake is to not have extra icing on your spatula. So that's a pro tip. You want an extra little bowl so that you don't get like little crumbs and stuff in there. Yeah, we're going to use a little tiny tip. Is that going to be... No, that's going to be too small. Do I have another piping bag here? I guess I could put a thing on it. Like an actual coupler. That might work. We'll see. Unclear how effective that's going to be. You didn't know I'd lost the dog. I didn't know I'd lost the dog either until I heard his collar go shaka, 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 shaka. And then I was like, oh, where is he? Is he somewhere unauthorized? And then it was like, oh, no, actually, he's in the bedroom because that's just where he's been, apparently, this entire time, and I didn't notice. So I'm trying to make... Oh, that didn't work. You guys can't even see this. Well, why don't we just smooth that out? It's not very big. I don't know how to do this so that you guys can see it. Can I can move it this way. And then let me move the cart out so that I can stand over here. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to draw little garlands around the top. And I should probably have marked out spacing for this, but because this is a practice cake, I'm not going to bother. This is tricky. It's tricky to not have it break. I'll wake up to a sunny day. Oh, I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night. Sorry, you guys. I love me some Eddie Rabbit. So the trick is to keep a consistent line. You have to keep consistent pressure on the piping bag, which is a little bit hard at this angle. Turtle says, did he notice though? I guess he eventually noticed because he like went shaka, 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 which was probably shaking off stress. Like, I can't get through this closed door. Why did mommy leave me in here? Dirtle says, because I've accidentally locked dogs in a room before, and when I discover them, they seem perfectly content to be where they are. That's fair. No, he was standing by the door, so I assume he wanted to come out. Face every time, I love a rainy night. Yeah, I love a rainy night. Shit. Can I just continue this if I make it stick? I think the trick is to like lift it up after each like row and not try to do multiple rows in a row like that. I can't help it. This makes me want to swing dance. It's like the perfect swing dance song. Oops. Okay, that didn't work. But see, this is why I think it's better for me to practice in white and then eventually go to a multicolored situation. Who knew that the thing I was least confident about, these little shell things, would have gone so much better than this thing that I've done 100 times, which is to pipe little tiny amounts. There we go. Night Captain Andrew says, I had a couple dogs who knew they weren't supposed to bark inside, so they wanted to wake me up. They'd shake their collars to make the jingle jangle sound. Pam says, this is very different from my experience with cats. Sure, sometimes he was just asleep and didn't notice, but cats will definitely let you know and give you attitude later if you lock them somewhere. Cats will give you attitude for living in their house. That's fair. I've never had a cat, so I only know of cats from their reputations. God, this is so random. I should have used like some kind of spacing because this is going to be a bigger loop than the rest of them. But that doesn't look terrible. I feel like I should get down at like eye level with it or something though. Because I feel like this would be going better if I were eye level with it. Oops. I really thought this part was going to be the easier part. And as it turns out, no, it is not. It's hard to hold consistent pressure. It's not awful. All right. So let's, I'm going to stick this in the fridge for a minute because it's getting a little warm from my hand. And I'm going to stick the cake in with it so that it has a chance to kind of like solidify a little bit. So that when we go to do kind of the next steps, if I bump into it, it's not like the end of the world. So I'm going to just stick that in there for like maybe 15 minutes. And I'm going to wash my hands again because golly gee willikers, what a mess. Throw that one out. All right. You're amusing. Hold on a second. Unfortunately, I don't have my moderator settings open. It's amazing what people will say on the internet, you know? Bye-bye! You know, sometimes do you guys ever like look at Instagram or whatever and like there are people just like saying whatever comes into their fool heads to like an entire other human that they know nothing about? Sick burn, lol. Like, what even is the point? I know, like, the stream title literally says, like, this is my first time doing this. It's probably going to be a total Pinterest fail. And, like, duh. Imagine that. It's not perfect. You think? I mean, honestly, considering what I expected it to look like, I'm kind of proud of it. It looks better than I expected. Hi, Jane. Jane says, hello, I am here now. Just got out of a literal 4-hour meeting, 6 whole minutes early. Heck yeah. Pam says, whatever comes into their fool heads. It's a great phrase. I probably stole it, if I'm honest. I used to work for a woman, or work with a woman. I didn't work for her, although let's face it, basically everyone worked for her, who was the assistant to the president of a seminary. Okay, so I used to work in the marketing department. And she was this like 65-year-old African American woman who was like so close to retirement and so obviously had absolutely no time for anyone's bullshit at all, ever. And when I said that, it sounded like something Carol would have said, and so that's probably where I got it. Jane says, how dare you not be perfect? I know. The gall of trying something for the very first time on the internet for the amusement of other people. Yeah, no, I know, the gall. Yeah, no, I'm utterly, I honestly feel like, I don't know what you would have to say to me in this moment to like actually make me offended. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have already acknowledged that I know this isn't going to go very well. So, like, what would you even have to say? Like, to upset me when I already know that I'm just doing my best for the first time? I don't even know. Don't tempt the internet. That's fair. We probably don't want to tempt the internet. Okay, so the other thing that I was going to do, believe it or not, is I have some sprinkles. And so I want to find those while I let the cake cool. Believe it or not, I have some sprinkles. Did that really just come out of my mouth? It really did. I have some sprinkles that I thought might be fun to play with. Let's not drop this on the floor. I have these silver little balls. And I was thinking the best way of managing the tiny little balls might be, hold on, I'll be right back. Might be with tweezers, and these are in the bathroom because I washed them. So like, for example, let's throw some of these in a bowl. Jane says, just got my third monitor working, and now my second monitor says no thanks. Oh no. Pam says, I'm fully addicted to Oreos right now. Send help. I love Oreos. You're not going to get any help from me. That's probably enough, right? I have to stop buying them. It's disgusting. Which ones? Like regular Oreos? So you can do this. You can pick up the little silver balls with the tweezers. Can we place them with any accuracy? Maybe. Yeah. That's plausible. I think we can use these. All right. We have a plan. All right. Let's take the cake back out. Excuse me. Also have to turn off the oven. It doesn't actually need much chilling time. I don't want this to be very cold because it'll be hard to work with. All right. So here's what we're working with thus far. Can you guys see this? Like, I mean, that's not its best side. Its best side is probably over here. Do you see? Like, it's turning out better than I would have expected. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is change out this tip again. Because I think I want to try doing a I want to try doing a little ruffle situation. Do I want this little ruffle situation or do I want that little ruffle situation? Let's do this little ruffle situation. Yeah. And then this. Pam says I'm going through a stressful time and have been coping with Oreos. I hate it. I mean, is that ideal? Maybe not. Eating our feelings, maybe not ideal. However, there are worse things. There are worse options. All right, so now I'm thinking, let me go get a chair because I kind of want to be eye level with this thing. And I don't want to bend over because it's going to hurt my back. So I'm going to bring one of our dining chairs in here and sit at eye level with this thing and see if we can. I'm covered in frosting. You guys, there's so much frosting. I'm glad I wore jeans today and not a dress. All right. So first of all, can I draw a tiny heart with this tip? No. I cannot. All right. So instead of that, can we do, I feel like they had like these cute little squiggle things, and I don't know how to do the cute little squiggle things, but we also kind of got like, oh, okay. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. Can I tilt it up so you can see it? Can you guys see that little, well, anyway, it's kind of like a little triple, I don't know, thingy. And I think what I need to do is make the two on the sides a little smaller than the one on the middle. It's like a fleur-de-lis, kind of. But not. And I think the idea is to try to do it like small, big, small. Like it ends up looking like a little bit of a shamrock. Not quite what I was going for, but not terrible. Kind of terrible. I might take these off. We'll see. Some of them look cuter than others. By the way, this is yet another Canadian band. Why do I have so many Canadian bands on this playlist? Maybe I just like a lot of Canadian bands. Yeah, that one's not so good. I feel like the key might be... Nope. We're trying to learn. So I'm pretty sure that was all just kind of like the wrong tip for that. But also, I kind of don't hate it. All right, so now I'm going to attempt to draw a little flowery tail on all of these pieces. Nope. Yeah, this is bad. This is not good. All right, we're not going to do that. The little decorative pieces are slightly awkward, but I don't like that. I need a smaller offset. Hold on. Let me find a smaller offset spatula. Okay. Uh, opting out. So should we expect? Am I sticky? I'm so sticky. Jane, I am so sticky. Opting out says, should we expect Bieber to play anytime now? No. No. I'm sure Justin Bieber's a very nice young man. But I couldn't name any of his songs. Okay. So instead, can we do another little ruffle? Can we do a little ruffle like this? Oh, yes. Oh, now that is cute. Look how cute that is. Wait, you can't see it. Can you see it? Here, hold on. Let me switch. Let me switch to Big Me Cam, because that way you might be able to see the so it's so hard to set. It's really hard to see. It's kind of blown out, but do you see this little garland that I added between? It's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Pam says that I missed more troll. Oh yeah, you did. You actually missed a racist troll this time. That one was good. For you know, like a certain category of good, which I don't really get, like a lot of racist crap. I mean, I'm a white woman. Like, why are you gonna say that to me? Anyway, whatever. But fuck off with the racist crap, just so you know, if anybody's listening and you care. I'm basically a professional. I am. This is so cool. All right, let me switch back so that you guys can. I mean, at this point, I don't know which angle's better. Maybe this angle's better. Maybe we'll just keep doing this so that you guys can see what I'm up to. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I'm glad I didn't take the little weird little side decorations off, because now that I've put these little extra garlandy bits on here, it's actually really cute. Such a weird day today has been. Everything about today has been weird. Without going into too much detail. Interpersonal drama is not my favorite thing. This is really getting way too warm. But we're gonna just press ahead. There. All right. Yeah, maybe the ends are not quite like the other side is not quite as good, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay, so now let's throw this back in the fridge, because I want to try to do just one more thing kind of around the top. Let's see. Baby, oh. That's the only Justin Bieber song I acknowledge. I don't actually think I even know it. You'll have to sing it for me next time. Or maybe we can get Blue to sing it. Blue has a heckin' amazing voice. Pam says, like our girl Carol from the seminary, we don't got time for racist crap around here. No, we do not. Definitely not. Pam says, the girl from Boston playing cards for cigarettes. Is this a song about me? Maybe. That was Ellis Paul. He lives in Virginia now. But he was born and raised in Boston, lived in New York for many years. So you never know. Could be. He is probably in his, I don't know, mid 50s, early 60s. He's not young. Like, I feel like if this were a little bit more spaced out, right? Like, I feel like this cake should have been like one layer taller to really do the thing. But like, I'm not mad at this as a first effort. And like, the thing is, for real, I would get better at it, you know? And I'm gonna put these little silver balls right here on the top along the edges. I mean, would I like be proud to deliver this as like a wedding cake that someone paid several $100s for? Oh, hell no. But But like as a first effort for something I'd never tried before and thought was probably going to go badly, I'm not mad at this. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can actually take some good pictures once this is like chilled so that you guys can actually see the like the full detail of it, because like it's pretty cute. Um Sorry, I'm having a weird day. Still waiting for the Pinterest fail to appear. I know. Yeah, it's cuter than I expected. I mean, it's not like it's like if I'm looking at it critically, like it's not perfect, but I already learned a lot about how to do this, which is pretty cool. Opting out says that's not a wetting cake, that's an eaten cake. It totally is. Yeah, it totally is. It's going to be great to eat. I'm very excited about it. Once it's all like chilled, because otherwise we're just going to squash all this frosting. And honestly, like I'm not a huge frosting person anyway, but like this is just fun. It's just fun. This is good. This is better than I expected. I'm kind of pleased. I need more water. By the way, the drama is nobody here, so you guys don't have to worry. This is not anything. This is not like anything with any people present. The beads are a nice touch. Thank you. Yeah, I think they're cute. I might even add a few more. Like I might add them to the base of these little whatever they are. The little like fleur-de-lis things. Like if we were to put them here, I'll show you. I'll show you in a way that you can see it, because here. So, like where I have it, like here. I know it's hard to see. The nice thing is that like they stick pretty good to the frosting, and like I have them, so I may as well use them, right? I mean, when else am I gonna have the opportunity to use these except at like friggin' Christmas time? And this year I didn't even make sugar cookies. I might use my fingy and just tap them on a little more securely. Like, oh, that one's a mutant. I don't think we want to use the mutant one. Ooh. And like it just kind of increases the, oops. Sometimes we lose one, it's fine. Can I hold it up to the big cam again? I totally can. Well, let me finish this. Let me finish these little bits. And then I'll show you guys again. Nice. Okay. So here's what it currently looks like with the little silver beads on it. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some little something on the top. I'm not sure what yet. We'll work that out in a second. Pretty? Yay! I'm glad you guys agree. Cause like, yeah, I mean, like I can see like the imperfect nature of it. And like I think if I were to like continue to do stuff like this, that I would want a lot more practice. But here's the thing. I think what I've proved is, A, I'm not going to completely wreck something. I'm not going to completely wreck a cake by trying this like ornate piping thing, right? Like it looks all right enough to try it again. And the more I do it, the better I'll get at it, right? And it's like, how often do you have an opportunity to decorate an entire layer cake anyway? I have no business making an entire layer cake on a regular basis. All right. Sorry, give me a second here so I just have to find, really, I'm just trying to get the rest of the frosting out of this bowl, but I kind of want to put this down. Kind of can't. There's just not enough space, but there. Yeah, no, I just have to put this down. I'm going to put the very sticky piping bag on top of my laptop. What could possibly go wrong? Okay. Some random geek says it looks, oh, Dirtle says it looks lovely. Some random geek was here. But perhaps not right now. And Jane thinks it looks great. Thank you. So, Jane, actually, I should have shown this in Discord, honestly. But I showed it on stream. I think Pam was the only one who was here. But the, oh, okay. The cool ones that I saw were white. I think I might actually use this one. We're a white frosting base. So like so they have just like this, just a white frosting base, but the decorations were rainbow. Like different, like dyeing the icing different color. So like the little, like it had 6 little layers of these little piped garlands. And I decided I didn't want to try that this time because I wasn't sure if I was going to have to like scrape off the icing and if it would leave like a dyed thing underneath if I did. I wasn't sure how much I was going to have to try to fix it. And as it turns out, there's not a lot. I don't have to try to fix it a lot, so it's okay. Oh, some random geek says I'm still here, but my name is also red. Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can make, enough of a little border like this, just to increase the, like, decorativeness of the top. This closed star tip is really easy to do this with. Very interesting. Is that Grog? Hi. How are you? Come look at this. That one did not work very well. Why didn't that one work very well? Whatever. It's fine. So it's got a little bit of extra nonsense there. Do we want to add any extra little other nonsense? It feels like kind of nakey in the middle here. But yes, there are ads incoming. How did you know that?
It's a chair.
No, here.
Wow. But it's still a chair.
I know, because I needed to get eye level with it. I didn't want to hunch over the thing because it was going to hurt my back. Dirtle says, I think just having 2 colors, one for the base and one for decoration, would already make it a lot more visible. That is true. And you could do it kind of easier with like a light, like a light green or a light pink base and then the white. Don't touch it. But look, I didn't think it was, I mean, obviously it's not perfect, right? But like there are parts that are perfect, right? And so you could kind of see where it's going. He just wants to eat the icing. Because you listen when Jane speaks. Yes, we do have ads incoming. Let's go ahead and go very quickly to a little bit of an ad break. I'm going to take 3 minutes. I'm going to throw all of this stuff back in the fridge. And then when we come back, we're going to finish decorating the top and probably find someone to raid, because that's probably going to do it for us. So, yeah, but we'll be here for another, probably, let's face it, like 45 minutes. All right. I'll be right back.
Thank you for all your service.
If it takes fighting a war for us to meet, it will have been worth it.
Chester no longer the goodest boy. No, he is not.
1 week later, I'm writing a letter nightly.
Must be a good donut. Yeah, it was. It was a good donut until the dog licked it.
I'm just saying, if you really love
Yeah,
me,
Chester,
share.
yum, I guess so. God, he's high. I heard there was Leah cake. There's totally Leah cake. There's always Leah cake, but today there's also Leah cake.
I'm trying not to cry, 'cause there's nothing that your mind can't do.
Brigitte says, I guess it could be mine. Which would you prefer? My brain is really full right now, so maybe yours, if you don't mind. So yeah, I've never done this before, right? I've never done the like charity stream before. Following on the heels of, well, actually, I haven't talked to you guys since Saturday.
Out of amusement more than anything else, my dad gave the puppy a large handful of beer to drink. The puppy got drunk. So, I will say my dad never did it again. And
an NPC, and this person is just like standing there just vibing next to the cash, just like this, and I'm like, blam 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 blam, and dead. And I stole her cash and her car. All right, I'm gonna set this aside because I forgot to preheat the oven, because that's how we are today. Oh shit. Look, it didn't budge. It didn't even budge. I was like thinking it was gonna be all over the floor. It didn't budge. I literally dropped the whole thing upside down and the batter didn't fall out. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Okay. Chicken not enough, maybe 2 chickens. Okay, Abby can do 2 chickens. And since Abby can eat apparently 3 kilos of potatoes in one sitting, Abby could probably also eat 2 chickens. I'm down with the lingo. Hello, fellow kids. Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Alice. Leah's busting it down white boy style, goated with the sauce for raw. Got it. At least you got it. Ah! That sausage just squirted. At least it didn't squirt on me. I did ask for that.
Yeah. I feel like this is more of a Californian one, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Alice. Grimlock say you're full of cesium salami.
You're just like Grog. You guys doing the other day I had to turn up my sound again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm sorry anybody who's got your if you're at work and you have no headphones on, give me 5 seconds. When it's this sound, it's oh ho ho, there's fuckery afoot. Okay, so this is Dr. Andy saying the Johann line from, or whatever, I don't know, whatever. Using Johann voice to say this thing. And no. know. Although,
Yeah, so I've watched Fadelay and Boydelay play a little bit of XCOM, but I'm not super duper familiar with it. So I gather that yes, death is a fact of life. This has been Philosophy with Leah. I'm gonna we'll close up shop and head out now because that was as good as it's gonna get today.
right. Hi, I'm back. So Pam was just gonna ask me how I'm not eating all the frosting. It's because I ate all the frosting before stream. I was like, I can't help but taste it, right, when I'm making it. Because why not, right? I feel like there just needs to be something here, and I don't know what it is. What should the thing be? There should be a thing in the middle here. Sunny says I should also clean out my clips again. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. What? Oh, how are we all dong? I see. Yes, I see what you're saying. Right, Chester. I don't know if I can write a name. Shall we see if I can? Let's try it. I've never done that before, but sure, let's try it. Let's see how it goes. Or make a little fire. Opting out says if we weren't meant to taste frosting, they wouldn't have invented ladles. Opting out, I have questions. You ladles? Draw a little heart, a fire heart. I don't know that I'm that talented, but I could try. Pam says I think people read me in the past don't realize that if they click on the clip maker just to rewatch something they missed, it makes the clip even if you don't save it. That is true. It does do that. All right, we're gonna try to write Chester. That kind of looks like Chester. You guys can read it, right?
Oh, what kind of dog is he?
He's French. With...
Oh, right. That's interesting. So there are some things, this is the first time I actually ever used my little integration here. And there are some things that it's supposed to do that it isn't doing correctly, but whatever. No, I'm going to write Chester is good. There. Because that way, everyone will think that my dog decorated this cake. Right? And like, for a person's first effort, I think this is pretty good. But for a dog's first effort, this is like Guinness Book of World Records, heckin' the most amazing thing in the history of ever. Right? Right. Chester approves this message. Chester is God. No, Chester is good. G-U-D. Is good God in Swedish or something? Have I like obviously offended everybody in the history of the universe? Jane said Chester sure did fool us with his Leah costume. Yes, Leah's busy in her Chester costume. Grog took her for a walk. I am Chester. I have decorated a cake today, and look how awesome I did. And then we're gonna draw here. Hold on, I have a little bit more space. So we're going to draw some little hearts. Like, for some reason, that one did not turn out as well as the others. There. Hee. Molly says, oh, you just joke? God in Swedish is good. Good is either bra or God, though. I'm sorry. So if we say something is good, we're saying it's bra? Like... I love Swedish. Forget Welsh. Forget French. I need to learn Swedish. Speed is fart. How are there so... Okay, wait, we were talking about this the other day. We were talking about false friends. I think what Dirtle might remember. We were talking about false friends in various languages and how there are things that sound the same in two different languages but mean totally different things. I think that's what it was, right? Wasn't that what it was? Sunny's here. Yeah. Sunny says too. Yeah, Sunny says it is too. Yeah, false friends. So speed being not speed as in gotta go fast, but fart is definitely one of those things. And good meaning over the shoulder boulder holder is another very fun false friend. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, holy cake. Yes, we made a cake. Look at the cake. Okay, here, I'll hold it up to the camera. So obviously it's not perfect, right? Like it's not like the most perfect thing in the history of ever, although some angles are better than others, right? Like you can see where I was going with it, and it's definitely better than I anticipated. Also, we wrote Chester is good on it, just so that people think that Chester decorated it, because Chester's a clever little boy. Dirtles' German bekommen means to receive. So German speakers will often say things like, I became a letter when they're learning English. I became a letter. That's an interesting... Yeah, I mean, that would like work in Dungeons and Dragons. Jane says, you're gonna need you to not say over the shoulder boulder holder while I have a mouthful of rice. Did you just spray rice all over everywhere, Jane? Because that sounds like a fun thing to clean up. Individual rice grains. Hopefully you didn't choke. I assume you didn't choke if you're still typing. You never heard this? I don't know. You guys never heard this in like junior high or something? All right, Sunny says like the word bellen in Dutch and German, meaning either calling by phone or barking respectively. Yes, like those. And opting out has learned something today, and Pam has learned something today. Also appropriate for a cooking stream, chef is cock. I'm a cock. Except I'm not. I'm just a self-taught little baker doing her little baker best. Jane's just saying, fuck, I have a dog. Yeah, right. Okay, so the dog will clean up the rice. Excellent. Jane says, no, I have heard it, but I'm very mature and it always makes me giggle. Sunny says, my great aunt and uncle emigrated to Canada and my great uncle changed his name to Jack, or they would have gone to Canada as Aunt Willie and Uncle Cock. Oh my God. Pam says, no, when I'm mad about it, how is this news to me? Well, I'm glad I could educate you guys. Molly says I'm a very good cock. Thank you. And Chester is a very good dog. All right, so let's stick this back in the fridge so that this has a chance to like chill, because that way I can maybe actually get it off this cake stand that's not actually really designed for like display, and get it onto a cake stand that is designed for display. But that'll work better if it's fully chilled. But see, this is why you want to be able to do it on like a cake board. I did not hear the alert. Did you guys hear the alert for that? Anyway, hi Alpine. Hi. Welcome to here. How are things? And yes, 15 months. Holy heck. Thank you so much for the resubscription, friend. I appreciate it so much. You heard it. Cool. All right. Well, as long as you guys are hearing it, then that's all that matters. What it means is that probably there's something set up wrong in the back end of something, but it's fine. As long as you guys heard it, that's good. We'll fix it. We'll fix it at some later date. But yes, Alpine, enjoy the continued use of emotes and your ad-free viewing. Dirtle says you're one of the lucky 10,000 to learn something new today. Relevant XKCD. All right, I'm going to click on the XKCD. I like XKCD. You're hearing Rent. You are hearing Rent. You are, because I figured out how to play music on stream without the music going to the VOD. So, yay us. All right. Hold on, let me look at this. Oh, it's good. It's relatively short. Turtle, that's very good. That is very, very good. I like that very much. Molly's his favorite musical. I loved the movie and saw the actual musical but once, although in Swedish. Yes. Sunny says I miss my Randall Munro books. I don't know who Randall Munro is. Presumably this is a result of something that has been said recently. Yeah, I have there's a variety of things on this playlist. The XKCD guy. So now I know I am hearing something for the first time today too. What is the statistical probability of us being one of the 10,000 today? Literally today. Here in stream where we learn things. Pam says I started uploading to YouTube and I have a channel point redeem that's part of the chorus of booty 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 rockin' everywhere, and it got picked up by the YouTube copyright bot. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. So I the way that I did it is I separated out. So Spotify is its own audio track in OBS. And you can set it up in OBS so that the track goes to broadcast, but doesn't go to the VOD. So depending on what programs you're using for your sound alerts, you might be able to separate out that program as its own audio track in OBS. Sunny's Monroe books are at the bottom of the ocean in a Dutch moving van. Oh dear. Sunny says I used to have 2 of his books, but yeah, what opting out says, at the bottom of the ocean. Oh dear. Kaylee says this song reminds me of the time James came up to me and asked if I knew how many minutes in a year, expected me to not because I hate math, and I quickly responded, 525,600 minutes. Like that. That's how I would answer it because, you know. So you record as you stream. No, it just goes. So, Twitch has a function where if you save your VODs to Twitch, like you click the little box that says yes, save my VODs, you can export it directly to YouTube. Like from Twitch, there's like a little export function. You won't be able to edit it, of course, if you do it that way. If you edit your VODs, then no. But when I do it, I just send them straight to YouTube. It's more of an archive for me than it is like a way that I expect people to actually watch me. I just got sad when I went to do my second streamiversary and I was like, I don't have like footage of like the first time I streamed, which is sad. And so I'm like, okay, so I can't fix that. But what I can fix is in the future, I can have footage by uploading it all to YouTube. So that's why it's there. Sunny says they could be on the bottom of the ocean. We don't actually know where our stuff is, so it might as well be on the bottom of the ocean. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. I get attached to my stuff, and I'm sure you do too. I think that's natural, but unfortunately, yeah, that's nasty, and I'm sorry. I don't think I'm going to try to move the cake on stream. But for those of you who didn't get a chance to see it, I will show it one more time. And then we are going to go see if we can find someone to pass some love on to. So here's what we ended up with. That's kind of, you know, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different piping tips. And then these little silver balls that I have for decorating Christmas stuff. And then as you can see here, we wrote on it, Chester is good, and put hearts on it. Because why not? Try practicing things on a practice cake. Mom redeemed to treat Leah. I think that I'm going to reject that because I think I don't want to cut into it and I'm not hungry at the moment. So I'm just gonna, because I just had pizza, so I'm just gonna go ahead and return your points to you in this particular instance. You can treat off stream if you want. I definitely will treat Leah to cake later, I promise. And I'll post pictures when I cut into it. Mom says just got back. That looks great. Santos! Hi, thank you. Thank you for the resubscription. 24 heckin' months. Oh my god, you must also be one of the very, very early adopters of Leah is streaming. But thank you for the resubscription. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your emotes and your continued ad-free viewing. Okay, there's people. Hold on a second. Let me scroll up because people have been talking. All right, so Pam says, well, I'm confused about how that works in OBS. I'll look it up, though. Cake is more important. Yeah, and you can just DM me, too, if you want, because I think I could probably explain it pretty easily. If you're interested. If you're not, then heck, whatever. It doesn't make any difference to me. Okay. Mom says, I just got back. That looks great. When's the wedding? It is. It looks like a wedding cake, right? Like, it needs, like, another tier or two, but it does look like a wedding cake. Sunny says 40% of all my belongings, all my yarn, a load of my books, a bunch of clothes. Some books were inherited too. My parents lost their wedding album, my brothers and my baby albums. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. What a tragic loss. Molly says Chester is getting married. Yes, Chester's getting married. And it's pretty. I'm so glad you guys liked it. Oh no! Jane says my cat just yeeted my coffee mug from my hutch and it broke. Oh no. I hope it's replaceable. Mom says, I don't know that Chester is getting married, but it sure looks like a wedding cake to me. I mean, I think that's kind of like it was kind of the last bastion of like traditionally decorated wedding cakes. Like it's a vintage look, right? Like it's like a vintage look. Next time we do this though, we're going to go for a more modern vibe. I might do a 6-inch cake and I might do it in either 3 or 4 layers. because I want more height to it. I think I want more height to the cake to be able to fill vertical space with decoration. And then and when we try it again, I think I'm going to try coloring the icing. So it's going to be either like white icing on a colored base or colored icing on a white base. And then we'll go to like a full-on rainbow situation, because once I'm good enough to do colored icing on a white base, like I feel like we could go for a full-on rainbow situation. So maybe by the time we get to June, so maybe by the time we get to Pride Month, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a rainbow Lambeth cake. Wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be fun. Let's see. Sunny says, this is a very pretty cake. Thank you, Sunny. That means a lot coming from you. You have a great aesthetic sense. So I appreciate that. Okay, so I am going to take pictures of this, but I'm not going to do it here with all of this crap in the background. So I think I'll probably try to put it on another cake stand. Or maybe if I can't move it, like I'll just take it in the other room and do some photography magic with the non-stick base. But yeah, no, I agree. I think this was much more successful than I expected it to be. I think it's a lot more attractive than I anticipated. And I think if a person were to like want an ornately decorated cake for an event, like if a friend were like, hey, I'm getting married and I can't afford a cake, then Shin, thank you for gifting that sub to opting out. That's very kind of you. Opting out, enjoy your emotes and your ad-free viewing. Heck yeah. Yeah, so I would think I would be like confident enough to be like, hey, yeah, I'll do that. I can do that. That's a thing I can do. And who knew? Who knew that was a thing I could do going into today? I was pretty convinced that it wasn't going to go well. All right, so let's go ahead and get this back into the fridge so that it really, really chills. And we're gonna chill this icing until it's hard, basically. Not the best way to eat cake, but definitely a good way of like transporting it. Pam says they figured it out. I had no idea you could select different audio tracks for VODs. That's fascinating. I am glad that I could teach you a thing. Look at all of us learning together today. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I love learning new things. OBS is wild. I agree. I still don't, I feel like I still don't know like about 90% of what it's actually capable of. And the fact that it's like a free program and it's a free program and it just gets updated all the time and you can just use it like to do so many different things. It's wild. Yeah, OBS is great. I think it's very good. Right. I believe we may be done for the day. This went faster than I expected, kind of faster than I expected. So that's amazing. Right. So I feel like this is like really good. This is the perils of like actually putting good music on, right? I just kind of want to, just groove. Anyway, focus, Leah, focus. Thank all of you for indulging me in my desire to decorate a cake like a Victorian wedding dress. And I hope that was fun and interesting to watch. I will be live again. Slow dance party, yes. I will be live again tomorrow at 4:00 Eastern. We're going to be playing some more Hades. So if you want to see mediocre gameplay and spectacular art and voice acting, and if you're a little bit bisexual, panic incoming, because the characters are all extremely attractive. But yeah, so Friday is Hades. Saturday I'm going to be playing It Takes Two again with Brigitte on her channel. Let me give Brigitte a shout out. Yeah, so let's give Brigitte a shout out because Saturday at 12:30 Eastern, we're going to be playing It Takes Two again on Brigitte's channel. While I'm at it, let's go ahead and do shout outs for the rest of the mods. Grog, thank you, darling. I'm sorry for making you wash literally every piping tip I own. I hope you appreciate the cake. Jane, thank you for deleting nasty racist crap. I appreciate you. And always love having you here. I'm very sorry to hear about your mug, and I hope you're able to find a suitable replacement. Last but not least is our friend Des Dabbles. Des has just recently finished God of War Ragnarok. We don't know exactly what's going to be incoming next. I know on the docket sometime in the near future are going to be The Last of Us and Baldur's Gate 3. So if either one of those things sounds good to you, please do drop Des a follow. I love hanging out there, and I think you guys will too. But tomorrow Friday, at 1:00, she's gonna be playing Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. I haven't seen this one yet, but I did see I see several people play Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, and it's very funny. So come hang out with us tomorrow and see Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Jane says I have 3 more of the same, but now when I hang them from the hooks there were before and it will look funky. Okay, so take a picture for me, because whenever I'm in thrift stores, sometimes I see things, and you just never know. You never know. We might be able to find more. Turnip Boy Robs the Bank is so good. Good. Well, come see Jane. There's glass in my keyboard. Oh dear. But yeah, come see Des tomorrow for Turnip Boy Robs the Bank. Also, I'm going to throw the socials link out there. We will. Oh, why did that? I just typed the thing and it didn't work. Because there will be pictures of this cake on Discord, Instagram, and Threads. I can guarantee it. I'm not gonna put together a pretty looking little cake and then not post it to the internet. So, right. So if you are on Instagram or Threads and you would like to see this cake, then you can follow me there. If you are in the Discord, I will also put pictures in the Discord, I promise. So you guys can see what it looks like up close and personal, and you can draw lines and circles and arrows as to where I made all my mistakes. Opting Out says, the day I rob a bank's the first day I leave my life. As an honest man, the day I go to jail trying to rob a bank is the day I finally get what I deserve. Never trust a man who plays guitar. Pat the Bunny. Do I need to add this to a playlist? This is a band called Freshly Ground, though. These guys are great. They're South African. They're so good. They have some fun political songs too. I recommend you look them up. They're also really, really good live, but I don't think they tour in the US anymore. What else do I have? Socials, mod shout outs. Tomorrow I'll be live at 4. I think that's probably good. Pat the Bunny was your favorite book when you were 2. Yes, that is true. But I suspect that's going to be a different Pat the Bunny, would be my guess. Kaylee is lurking to make burritos. Well, Kaylee, don't lurk too long because we're gonna go raid out. Who are we gonna go see? Let's go see if we have friends who are live. Gosh. All of the friends are live. All of them. Every friend we have is presently live. Who have we not raided in a while? Okay. I think actually we're just gonna go ahead and raid Jim. Jim Bitty Bim Bim is playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Goog just went live. Oh. What's he playing? I don't know. Is he still on his starting soon screen? Because he's not even in my list yet. I think I'm gonna raid Jim. Jim is playing Dragon Age. Yeah. Goog's still in his starting screen. We do get a chance to raid Goog somewhat on the regular. So let's not usually on Thursdays, but we yeah, let's go ahead and raid Jim today. Jim is going to be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. He's very, very late in the game. I know that a lot of you are Dragon Age fans. The reason that I know that is that I see opting out in Vintage's Dragon Age streams all the time. And I know that Pam is also a big fan of the Dragon Age games. So yeah, let's go ahead and head off and see Jim. Jim is an absolutely lovely human, by the way. Terrific voice, great game player, lovely, warm, funny community, and you guys will like it there, I promise. If you don't know Jim, please definitely do come on the raid with us. So let's throw out some raid messages. If you are subbed, you can use the bottom one. If you are not subbed, you can use the top one. And thank you so much, you guys, for coming to hang out. Thanks for lovely worm. Yes. Jim is a lovely worm. In fact, we should just change the raid message to Jim is a lovely worm. All right, you guys, let's head out for the day. Thank you so much for indulging me in my little cake adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye, guys.